nothing holding me back. If you get the ultimate stuff, like ultimate weapons for most of the characters, it's just going to make everything a lot easier for you. It is harder in some areas, like I told you prior, with some of the dark aeons, like fucking hiding out. But yeah, as in like have every node filled out? No, just every node for the section of that character. So each character has a designated section, technically. So technically, because of each individual character, 7 characters, I think, or 8 characters, whatever it is. Each character has their own section that you technically can't get past at the end unless you use a level 3 or 4 sphere or a teleport sphere or something like that. Yeah, I think I have them all filled out in their designated areas. Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Then, yeah, I would say you're strong enough. That's the key right there. You also got Luna? Yuna, I'm assuming you meant by that? And Titus to have their ultimate moves. Titus is the only one you really have to work for. Yuna should be automatic if you get the summons. Did you get the Magus Sisters? Excuse me. Demon Mayo. The Magus Sisters are the most powerful summon in the game. If you've got Yuna's stuff, you're on the right path. You just need to go back to the Rehim Temple, the crown piece. Have you collected 10 of every single monster for the capture area in the Comlands? I think that's where it's at. That's what I'm doing now. Ah, shit. There it is. All right, cool. Look at that. Calling it out. I pretty much, from the point I get to capture weapons, I just run the rest of the game with the capture weapons until I fight bosses. I just try to capture everything.
People are predicting that Rock and Roller Coaster is going to get rethemed from Aerosmith theme. I'm probably right a bit.
Why are people thinking it's going to get rethemed?
Because Aerosmith just got outed on all those claims of like child sexual abuse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Steven Tyler was apparently dating like a 14-year-old when he was like 30. And there was like, I guess, a bunch of other instances of them like bringing teenagers back to their bus and whatever during concerts or after concerts.
Huh.
And I think he openly admitted to it in his
Biography?
but that came out like a long time ago, but all of a sudden it's now like a thing.
Huh.
And so Disney might be trying to distance themselves.
From Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Aerosmith is dangerous. That rock and roll music.
It's the devil.
Just like Kiss.
It's the devil.
Yes, the devil.
I was like the other day years old when I found out that Gene Simmons' wife actually dated Hugh Hefner for like a year.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, and I like watched all the fucking Playboy shit, and I just found that out.
That is quite interesting. Okay.
That's how she met Gene Simmons, was like at a Playboy party.
Oh, really?
I think she was Hef's girlfriend at the time.
I would not have guessed that. Ooh, I see an area we haven't been. Okay. There's a few areas we haven't been. Let's go fly our big meaty airship.
She said big meaty airship.
I did say big meaty airship. Are you judging me?
Is it a shower, not a grower?
It's a grower and a shower. Okay, I'm guessing that's endgame content over there. What's in here? Like, there's got to be something in here, right? It's a lot of, like, gaps. We have a ship that jumps shit. There's got to be something here. Boom. We're being attacked by gargoyles. Ooh, our ship's attacking. That's kind of cool. Who's your favorite Final Fantasy X character, would you say? Soul? Ooh, wrong way. Okay. Nope, wrong way again. Bad stuff. Probably Riku. Riku is pretty dope, actually. If you ever end up playing the sequel, she's probably the best character in the sequel as well. I wouldn't say she's my favorite in the first one, though. I'd say it's Auron for sure. I think it's this one, if I saw the video right. Nope, I'm off. (10-2), I'm not even playing on that dog. That is one of the hardest games I've ever played. The sphere grid thing, not my favorite. I might try to play it again, but it is rough. Let's drop a save. I don't know where we're at. Cave of Shadows. Actually, okay, we are here early. I actually see that on my list of where to go next. So we're going to dip out real quick and we're going to go get some training in. Well, actually, might not even need to do the training. We want to go get 2 summons, really, is what we want. Does it explain in this game or 10-2 why they look different? Are you referring to the characters themselves? Like why they look different from one game to another? Because she's no longer a summoner. So they started, they talk about it, they started their own, I think it's a retrieval business is what they called it, or like a carrier business almost. But they're trying to like do whatever they want to do and have fun, essentially. They actually pick up a third girl on the journey. Excuse me. So it's just 4 characters in 10-2? It's actually just 3. Yuna, Riku, and Pain. Okay, what's up here? I just want to venture all over the place now. Oh, that is endgame. Because it won't let us get up there. We keep getting pushed back. Oh, that's not Lulu. Nope, that is not Lulu. Her name is Pain. She is just that. A pain. No. She's okay. She's technically the powerhouse of the group. Chocobo Woods. Add it to our location list. Because we do not have that one. I think we finally have adventured everywhere. Ventured everywhere. Where is... Oh wait, we need to go back to the floating continent. We need to go to Bahumut's cave. This is where we're trying to go. No encounters, eh? I'm trying not to give you spoilers. The end of 10 will tell you why they're not with you in 10-2, or why he's not with them in 10-2. Where is it? No. It's the start of the game. Oh, there it is. Will I be sad? Well, now I just feel bad answering one way or another. What's your opinion on Titus? Let's start there. I think that's a fair assessment. I feel like I'm in a lose-lose situation to answer this. You think he's a good character, just not a good main character? I would argue that's a fair assessment, actually. Before I continue, how did you feel about the laughing scene with Yuna that everyone criticizes? And you should know what I mean by that. Right before you reach the Mihan High Road, or right after Blitzball, that High Road place. Forget what it's called exactly. But what do you think about that laughing scene? There we go. Alright, we got him set up with moves. Hopefully we can get a little bit of grinding in here. I think it was kind of a weak scene in my opinion. Most people will say it's a terrifying scene because of the cringe-worthy ha 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 fake laughs out of them. Baby, I'm not even joking.
No,
when you
made me watch the scene once.
did I?
Yeah, because you were talking about it.
And I was like, I can't justify it. It's cringeworthy. But it's like, I can't justify it enough. You know what I mean? Excuse me. To answer your question, yes, you'll most likely be sad. If you 100% the game and get the secret ending, you most likely won't be sad. And if you play 10-2, you definitely won't be sad. But you also have to 100% 10-2 to get the not sad ending. And 100%ing 10-2 is one of the hardest things I've ever done in video games. And I've said that about a few Final Fantasies. But that one is cringe. I will never do it again. The voice acting, as you say, is kind of cringe, but you got to think. And I give it a pass because it's the first ever Final Fantasy game to have voice acting. Besides Final Fantasy VI and Klefka's laugh, which is the villain of the game, who has a cringe laugh of ha 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 ha. And I'm not even joking, that's what it sounds like. Look at all these treasure chests. The voice of Bahumut thunders from outside the cave. Test yourself in battle. Oh, Bahumut, you want some of this? I don't think you do, sir. Let's train ourselves. And sin to me is a weird concept. I fully agree with that. Like, I don't understand how that technically works. Even in a make-believe world, like, the object or the idea of sin is very... I don't want to say far-fetched, but that's the best way I could say that. Like, that concept is weird. What makes it even more weird is when you go to beat the game and you find out that there's something a little bit more to sin. It is sin, but there's a little bit more to it. When you find that out, let me know. We'll talk more about it. Excuse me. We need Kick to do more damage. We need to be doing more damage. Just in general. I do want to max out our black and white mages, though. Yeah, baby. I want to max you out. Become the most powerful black mage in the world. Be dropping ultimate magics in people's faces. Fire crackling in your hand. Waka's a weird character to me. He's interesting, but he's a weird character at the same time. He fights with a basketball, essentially. Yeah, he fights with... It's called a blitz ball, but he fights with... It's basically a basketball. Or a soccer ball, however you want to phrase it. It is a weird concept. I would agree. 10's fun though. The grind on 10 is a little better than most other Final Fantasies, I would say. Like some of the other Final Fantasies, I feel like it's a slog. 10 doesn't feel that bad because it's not technically based on levels. Yeah, you gain sphere levels, but it's not like you're leveling up like in a typical Final Fantasy game, you know what I mean? Locke and Kamari as playable characters is as in choice. I like Kamari. Kamari's cool. He has one of the strongest moves in the game too. Have you gotten the airship yet? You're about to get the airship, aren't you? Have you fought Seymour the 4th time yet? I like him. I think he just lacks in the character, but maybe he's just like, hey, he's there, but that's it. Well, yeah, he's supposed to be the silent bodyguard for Yuna. You do have the airship. Have you gotten Riku's ultimate weapon yet? Okay. Did you input, there's 4 or 5 codes that you can input into the ship that will give you 4 or 5 locations you can go to get free treasure and free items? Did you get all those by chance? It just showed 3 codes. Okay, I thought there's like 3 to 5. I thought, but I knew there was something. I didn't know. I don't remember exactly the number, but I knew there was somewhere around there. I know God Hand for sure is one for her ultimate weapon. Did you find the Omega dungeon yet? Is there more to Yuna's weapon than just double overdrive? If you only have double overdrive with no AP gain, that means you've only upgraded it once. So it means you have not done both the sigil and the crest and the upgrade. You have to do them separately 2 separate times. So that means you have not maxed out her weapon. Yeah, there's a lot more to her weapon. You get half magic MP cost, MP or 1 MP per magic cast, regardless of what it is. MP booster, quad overdrive, and quad AP gain, I believe. She becomes the easiest growth character easily, very early. Omega Dungeon is another dungeon in the game where you go that has the hardest wild encounters. Not only does it have the hardest wild encounters and the most XP growth that you can get in the game, but it has where you can get equipment for break the HP limit. So you can get equipment that breaks your HP limit of 9,999. Not only that, you can get equipment that grants you no encounters. And you can also do the no encounter equipment from Yojimbo's cave. I forget the name. The Cave of the Stolen Faith. So if you get the no encounter equipment, You can then use that to help you get Kamari's ultimate weapon, because you need to dodge 200 lightning bolts in the Thunder Plains without skipping a beat. And if you do that in between battles, it's almost impossible to keep track of where you're at, and you're almost always going to get struck by lightning coming back from that attack at that point, or from that battle. So I highly recommend taking advantage of not only Omega Dungeon for the stat gain and the equipment gain, but mainly the equipment gain, because you're going to need it just to get Kamari's ultimate weapon, which is the second hardest ultimate weapon to get in the game, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I got a Nightbot. I got to change that. Nightbot, you finally started working again, but we already got the new computer. We got to change that, Nightbot. Omega Dungeon is an input on the ship. I thought it was a coordinate. Go to coordinates X72, Y35, and then hit enter. Manually search for it on the map, those coordinates, and then that is Omega Dungeon for you, buddy. Careful. Hardest fights in the game by far. And I'm not even kidding you when I say this, man. I literally float around the save point when I first start going in there, and I'll do like 5 or 6 fights, run back, level up. 5 or 6 fights, run back, level up. Save it in between each, because that is a very long dungeon that has one of the hardest bosses in the game, has Kamari's ultimate limit move in the game, has equipment that allows you to break the HP limit, which is the only spot in the game you can get it, and you only get the one opportunity to try, and it's a random drop. So, like, even harder than the Dark Aeons? No. Because I can do the Dark Aeon, or I can do Omega. That's not that hard. The issue is getting through the dungeon the whole time and getting out of the dungeon, because there's enemies that literally get first attack no matter what you do and cause every status ailment in the game. And can kill you with a single hit if you don't have HP break limit. So usually, typically, I try to save that area for when I get Orin's ultimate weapon, and always keep him at the beginning of the party, because he has first attack on his ultimate weapon. So anytime, if you max it out, I should phrase. So anytime the battle starts, no matter what, Orin gets first attack. So I always have him in the lead. So if I do get in one of those battles where they have all the status ailments where they can kill you in a single hit, he still gets first attack. And I usually bring in like Yuna to do a summon to kill everybody because they can't get status ailments. Or I flee the battle using Riku, because that's smarter than dying halfway through that dungeon and losing out on all the experience you just grinded an hour and a half to get to that point. Because there's a ton of items in there that are very useful, and there's a ton of different enemies in there that can just one-shot you. And there's enemies in there that don't one-shot you. But, like, you just don't know when they're coming. There's at least 3 in there that can kill you at any level, at any time, just from showing up. Yeah, we got every attack first. It sounds terrifying. You just need to be prepared. Just don't take it lightly. That's all I can say. I do not think it is harder than the Dark Aeons. I do think the Dark Aeons are harder. I have beat 2 or 3 of the Dark Aeons, but I've not tried to 100% the HD version of Final Fantasy X compared to when I played the original Final Fantasy X when it came out, and I just tried to destroy the game. I've just never had the time to do it, which I will be doing on stream eventually. Just, we still have 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, 10, 12, 13, 15 to play, and we're going to play Tactics for sure. But we also have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out at the end of the month, so we're trying to play the lighter games first, so we have Rebirth at the end of the month ready to go. So we might just go straight to 4 after this, because I heard 4 was like a 15-hour game as well. I just don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Do I have... Man, there's no good photos. I was trying to see if I could find a photo of the enemies. See 2 of them. They're not really good photos. And I don't know if I can bring my screen capture. I need to bring it to my other monitor. It's on the other one, so I won't be able to show it off. Alright, I feel like we're... I don't know. Are we getting strong enough? Job level 19. Autumn Roar has literally been nothing but a black mage the whole time. She has almost as much health as everybody else. The video I watched of dude just grinding to get overpowered in this really made it seem like black and white mages were like useless, like growth wise. But if you really think about it, even with us switching all the job classes between all the characters, the HP growth is negligible at best between them all, I would say. The only one that's really being affected is the white mage, being Gino, who's our terrifying white mage. Kind of creepy white mage. Sounds familiar. He is kind of creepy and white. Exactly. But it's like a 700 HP difference. Well, now it's like a 600 HP difference. So, it's negligible, in my opinion, especially being at level 50 or 60, whatever it is. Like, magic. Let's take a look. Bubble butt, bubble butt. Why'd that pop in my head?
I have no fucking clue.
It came out of nowhere. Where'd that come from? Nowhere. I was saying, what the fuck? It literally came out of nowhere. Bubble butt, bubble 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 butt, bubble butt, bubble 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 butt. Gino, I'm a vegan, but I need your meat. I was about to go, hey, hey, it's a me. Oh my god. It's terrifying how much I appreciate her sound bites. 20k XP in one fight. I told you. You also have to capture everything there too. So you got to think about that. Not only there's going to be other area. You got to capture 10 of everything in every area. So I propose to you, before you start grinding there, go hit the other areas, the easy areas that your XP is going to be wasted in, or your time is going to be wasted in. So when you come back there, it's actually worth your gain. You know what I mean? Or you could do it now and then just go back and just feel like you're wasting your time at the other places. But you do need to be careful about the Dark Aeons. It is easily the best XP growth in the game. And especially if you have their ultimate weapons on, because they get 4 times growth on some of them. Big brain plays right there. Big brain plays. I actually, when I go through Omega Dungeon and I'm trying to capture everything, 2 of the 4 male characters keep their capture weapons, while the other 2 have their ultimate weapons to do damage, and then use the capture weapons after they're whittled down. And I switch them in and out like that, so everyone gets XP as well. But hey, however you like to do it. I focus on stealing too. I steal so much in Final Fantasy X, it's stupid. Like, I think I steal from at least every enemy at least once in every fight. I'm not even kidding on that. I give every single character in the game use and steal within the first, 20 levels if I can. Same, I have stealing everyone. There you go. It's the easiest way to get them in battle and get free experience. Right? And if you go to the Albed Desert and you use steal on all the machines and get all the free Albed potions, using use for free Albed potions for healing while there, oh, one of the greatest things ever. Free stock of inventory, free XP, and free healing all in one go. Sign me the fuck up. Mm, 66, 56. Gun max Albed potions and grenades from there. Yep, see? And then just using them for funsies. That's what I would do. I actually used the grenades for Riku's overdrive. And I usually combine a grenade with an elemental or like a healing or something just for funsies. That's a super easy one to get through. And you usually have 99 grenades, so it's usually easy to do. Alright, we're going to go back to the ship. We're going to get some heals real quick, and then we're going to go fuck up Bahumut.